first segment of Prison Chronicles, where every week a few set of guys that have females and guys. We don't have, unfortunately, we don't have any females with us today. So anybody that have done any time, you can contact me at 501-551-8489 or message me on inbox in all social medias, whatever, and let me know that you want to be on the next segment. But this is Prison Chronicles, where we come together every week and we talk about the realness of prison. Y'all have watched movies, documentaries, and things like that, and a lot of things are sugar-coated. But today, from here on out, we coming to you again at the real. And my name is Denaro Cook. I'm the CEO of Cookbook Publications, where we present to you Prison Chronicles. I did 18 years in prison, and today we're just gonna release it, and we're gonna let these brothers introduce themselves.
I'm Terrence, man. They call me Big A. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I served 10 years in prison in Arkansas. I also served some time in Mississippi and Tennessee. And I went down as a young age. My brother called me here. He came up with an idea and a concept, and I figured it was a pretty good concept. To express the realness, the trenches of really what goes on in prison. A lot of things is, misinterpreted and fabricated. And I'm just blessed to be here to tell my part of the story, my side of the story.
My name is KALEEM, NAZEEM, and I did 28 years in the Arkansas Department of Correction. I was locked up when I was 17 years old. I had a life without sentence. As I said, I did 28 years, and really 28 years and 11 months. And I had a life without sentence, but the sentence was overturned because of in 2012, the United States Supreme Court said it was unconstitutional to give a juvenile a life without sentence, so that led to my freedom. In 2018, I was released. I've been out for 2 years now, and the brother called on me to share some segments of my story, and what I'm saying, kind of enlighten the public on what goes down in these house of bondages. So we're just really gonna just be chopping it up, talking about some of the unseen things that people in general population don't get to hear, and kind of debunk some of the myths that goes on also. I think it's important to do this type of work because the thing is it's a lot of misnomers out there on how dudes do time and some of the things that they go through. But the biggest thing that a person failed to understand and realize is the psychological trauma that it has on individuals from the administrative segregations, ad said, and things of that nature. There, where one is housed like animals and treated like animals, and the administrations do this with impunity. So since I've been out for the last 2 years, I've been advocating for those who are still incarcerated, and really just trying to bring the humanitarian part to the guys who are down there, because a lot of times the administration, the powers that be, would like to dehumanize a person so they can be justified in treating them the way that they treat them. So with that there, hopefully, we'll have a strong rotation today, and I'll pass with that.
Okay. My name is Zonnery Cleveland. Everybody call me OZ. I did 22 years in prison on a 90-year sentence. I did my time all over. Every penitentiary that was in Arkansas, I probably was there. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate this brother for opening up this platform so we can speak out, because like you said, it's a lot of misconceptions about prison, what goes on in prison, how they treat a person in prison and stuff like that. My family was probably one of the ones that, was fooled about how things was going on in prison. All they treating y'all good, they doing this, they doing that. No, it's not none of that going on. So, like you said, we're gonna shed a little light on some situations and stuff like that today, man. And help people get an understanding of what's going on down there, man.
Yes, sir. Peace. I'm KIRK Muhammad. I actually did 14 years and I think 4 months in Arkansas Department of Correction. Went in when I was 19. Came out when I was 34, 35. One of the two. And I'm also this is my lane. This is the lane that I run in, man. You know, the prison reform. But I met you down at
Tucker.
right.
No, England, wasn't it?
England, Arkansas. Where the Allport. Allport, Arkansas. Down there with where the Marco, we had an event. Met my brother there, first black cowboy, you know. But and I'm also I'm glad to be here today. This is his first cookbook publication, man, and I'm a part of the beginning stage, and that's awesome, and it's an excellent idea. And I'm like my brother here. I probably out of 13, 14 units I've been to, at least 10 throughout my time of incarceration, man. It's just good that we're going to be here too, because there's a lot of myths about the Arkansas Department of Correction. A lot of things people think that go on really don't go on. A lot of things that people think don't go on actually do go on inside that Arkansas Department of Correction, man. And everybody has. I'm sitting here. I'm sure had a different experience. So I mean, just for real. So I'm like Brother Nas said. I hope we get a good rotation going, man. And hope y'all call in too, man. Call in and ask some questions so that we can give you some answers to what's going on and give you a better insight to some of those who have family members that's incarcerated. I mean, call in and check with us and see. Let's give you the real today.
Again, for the people that's watching live on Facebook, if you got any questions that you want to ask about anything that's going on in prison that you may think going on, or that you may not think going on in prison, you can ask. With the sum of all us out here, I think we got close to 100 years combined prison time. So if you got any questions about your loved ones, whether it be your sister, cousin, brother, auntie, uncle, granddad, whatever, call 501-551-8489 and I'll answer it right now, and you can ask live questions right now, and we'll get your questions answered. I'm gonna kick it off like this, you know what I'm saying, because some stories in prison, was funny, some of them was real, was heartfelt, and things like that. But one of them that, stick out to me, I don't want to put this brother on the spot right now, but I am. Can we give him a guy to tell about when he got knocked out in the gym, man? We just want him to speak about when he got knocked out in the gym.
Oh, yeah. Let's say I was young when I went to prison. They had what you call host squad gym call. It's like on rainy days, host squad, they don't go out. They don't catch out and stuff like that. So they'll have something for us to do, like go to the gym. So everybody we called out, we went to the gym. They let a few barracks at a time go to the gym so they won't overpack and overpopulate the gym. But we ended up playing basketball, and everything. The brother up in there, they play bitch and hoe games down there at Tucker. That's one thing they did back then in those days. They played the bitch and hoe game. Bitch this, bitch that, hoe this. This is in 1990. Ooh. Yeah. You gonna, like they say down there, you gonna either fuck or fight. For real, you gonna fuck or fight in Tucker, man. And man, I'm playing ball, and I call myself being pretty good at basketball. So man, get fouling me, hacking me, and shit like that. So, I'm telling the safe, bro. I'm calling foul and shit. He's like, man, you whole ass nigga, you calling foul. I'm like, say, I don't play them bitch and hoe games, man. You know what I'm saying? So we continue to play ball, but I call foul again, nigga, right back out his mouth with the same thing. So I done fired off on him. You know what I'm saying? I slapped him 2 times real quick. You know what I'm saying? But by this being host squad gym call, host squad riders are in here. You know what I'm saying? They sitting over on the stage. They see what's going on. They call us over there. At the time there in Tucker, man, you can fight somebody, and they gonna ask you, is it old with? Shake hands, go back to the barracks, whatever. So they called us over there about our dispute and whatever. I was like, man, I'm cool with it. I'm just telling the man, I don't play no bitch and hoe game. You know what I'm saying? So they asked us, was it over with, all that, you know what I'm saying? Supposed it had been squashed. By me just getting to prison, I'm gonna show her, I don't know too much. I, shook the bro hand, we go back play ball, while we playing ball, shit, I jump up for the rebound, they catch me in mid-air. And still on me, knock me the fuck out, man. I'm talking about knock me the fuck out. Sleep. I woke up in the infirmary with a bandage around my motherfucking head. Right. Yeah. Shit like that is real, man. But you know, man, it's a trip though, man, because back then, you could actually almost kill somebody, man, at Tucker, man. Yeah. And the folks didn't give a fuck. They gonna put you right back in the motherfucking barracks and just separate you, put you in 3 barracks or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They really didn't give a fuck. And they mainly, they was using their officers, man. Mm-hmm. It was the black officers that was doing the punishing of us, man. They punished us at Tucker. Punished us. You don't go, if you don't catch out for whole squad. Yeah. You late waking up. Just say for you sleep. They got this horn waking you up. Man, they coming in flipping your rack. Yeah. You going out there in that field. You getting that work. Judy. Yeah. And then when it got hot outside, if you didn't go out there in that field, you refused to go out there, they gonna handcuff you to Sally Port all motherfucking day long. Like this here, man. Treating you like a slave. Yeah.
The first thing I remember at Tucker Unit, man, I went down in 1992. You know, and I remember Gladiator School.
Yeah.
And the first thing that I heard, the slogan that I heard, ain't no love.
Ain't no love.
You know, and coming into intake, man, you know, the first thing they tell you is make sure when you come into laundry, you get your items, you know, your underwear, your socks, your little toothpaste and all that stuff. And the first thing they tell you, do not set it down. You know, they had what they call protective custody. You know, you go straight to PC. For 5 days,
yeah,
right?
You ain't had no choice.
Right. Yeah. You know, it was just that was standard procedure. So we coming down the hall. It's probably about 15 of us, and you got these. I remember 1 barracks through 4 barracks. You know, you got these real gladiators. These Negroes in here is gonna do day for day. They come down with 10, they're gonna give it back the same way they got it. Oh, you can hear fresh meat. Fresh meat. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck a fight.
Fresh meat. Nigga, fuck a fight. Nigga, fuck a fight. What's wrong with these Negroes up in there, man? You know, you coming out the county jail, you know, diagnostic, you don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's
All you know is when you get to the damn barracks, man, and then, you know, everybody in 5 barracks basically been there for a while, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They've been there for maybe 30, you know, you do your 60 days and you go into general population, man. But everything was so crazy coming in, you know, fresh meat, all that, you know, you wonder what the hell is fresh meat? You know, these Negroes in here, been down here, and Tucker Unit was one of the most savage units that you probably could go to back then, man. Because Negroes, if you had no fighting, you Negroes will rape you. Yeah. You know, and that's just real talk. You know, we don't want to talk about that part of the unit, man. But I don't, you don't see dudes. You know, when I got a job and worked in the line, you don't see dudes come through there, man, booty hole busted wide open. Yeah. You know, I mean, it didn't make no difference what color you were at that time. If you didn't have no fighting, you was scared to fight. You let Negroes start playing bitch and home games with you, talking all up and you touching your booty and all that shit. All this. You wake up, goddamn, they done split your damn drawers with a razor. Yeah. You know, real talk though, man. Gladiator school. I don't know about everybody what they call it.
Hawk.
My first experience, man, in prison. See, it's funny that these guys are telling these stories. Like, his story was in 1990. Like, that's the year I was born.
Baby.
You know what I'm saying? Not to be funny, but this is to show you, like, you know what I'm saying? This guy, 1992, I was 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? And this guy did 18 years, and this guy raised me in the penitentiary. So it's like, you know, but my first experience in the penitentiary, I went in when I was 16 years old. So I was young, and
you ain't nothing that happened to you, Dad.
No.
I'm just saying.
Don't
go there with that.
Know that. You know what I'm saying? Check the background, all that.
Right.
No, see, on the serious note, I went at 16, so I really went in just in the blind, really. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing, especially about me from being from out of state, no family, you know, no blood family or anything. I really didn't, you know what I'm saying? Didn't have nothing. I just went in just, hey, survival mode. You know what I'm saying? 16-year-old, I couldn't depend on my mom, couldn't depend on, you know, in this predicament. So it's just certain things that, I don't know, like when I first entered the prison, not the county jail, not the prison, like big dog stuff, you know what I'm saying? 16 years old. My first thing I seen in prison was a man like exposing himself. You know what I'm saying? Like I was walking, like coming in, you know, they give us our clothes and give us our things, you know.
What unit was it?
This is Varney.
You.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
yeah.
and you know, we come through Sallyport, you know, we get our clothes and all this right here. So as we getting our clothes, they taking us out to go to the infirmary. You know the protocol to go, you know, get processed. But we had a female sergeant who was escorting us. And this lady wasn't, I mean, honestly, like this lady, you know, I look at all my queens as beautiful, you know, but this lady wasn't nothing to be fascinated about, nothing, you know what I'm saying? But it's just strange, like this lady didn't have no ass, or be straight up no ass, or like nothing, like just straight up and down, old lady, you know what I'm saying? But you know, as we walk out the Sallyport, we in line, we walking out the Sallyport, we going to the infirmary. And like I said, the first thing I seen was a man exposing himself, like jacking his pride, like jacking his, you know what I'm saying? And my thing was, man, what the fuck, like, what going on, like, you know what I'm saying? But a guy that was with me had already been to prison before, you know what I'm saying? He was more on some stuff like, man, just mind your business, or, you know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I'm like, man, what the, man, you might be able to put this shit up, like, what's going on? Like, I don't know what's, but right then, like that first day, it's like, it blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? I ain't never been around no where a man can just expose himself freely, like, and ain't nobody saying nothing about it, or ain't nobody, and
They call it getting it done.
yeah, that's what it's.
But I ain't play that gun line shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let a nigga know you in the gun line, man.
I'm blind to all that, but see, I'm blind to all that. I'm not knowing nothing. I don't know nothing. I'm not speaking. I'm speaking to. I don't know what to speak really, but I'm not speaking to see this man penis. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm mad, man. I see this man. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And but in the guys behind me, those guys that already been in prison. In their mind, they like, man, just be cool, you know, mind your business, man, don't say nothing, because, you know, it can come out like, you know, you make it seem like you dry snitching, or, you know, or you know what I'm saying, which, that ain't in my caliber, that ain't, you know, what I'm trying to do, it's just, it shocked me, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do, you know, big brother?
But see, in putting all that there in context, what each one of these brothers just said, it's a level of sexual deviance that goes on in prison that the administration co-signed to, and it really was an evolution of madness, in the sense that when you just think about it, when I first come to prison, I came to prison in '92. You know, when you first was born, and it was a different level of madness going on when we first came to prison, as far as, you know, the victims. You know what I'm saying, was self-inflicted, as far as, you know what I'm saying, inmate on inmate, you know what I'm saying, the administration co-signing, you know what I'm saying, I can't even classify it as homosexual behavior, but co-signing rape, you know what I'm saying, the administration co-signing this here. And, you know, at the time I first come to prison, there wasn't any females working in prison. So when, you know what I'm saying, you have an abnormal environment, and you putting juveniles. Now, Tucker unit was a juvenile unit, so the majority of guys that was at Tucker unit was from 17, 14, 15 to 19 years old. So they never was, you know what I'm saying, really fully developed in their sexuality. Anyway. So, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the deviant behavior came along with their immaturity also. So, through the years, now, a lot of people didn't pay attention to this here, but I think it was in 1992, the rape issues within the prison systems in Arkansas had become so bad that they had to legislate it. You know what I'm saying? They passed the Prayer Act, which what the Prayer Act did in the institution was to, you know, really eliminate a lot of the rapes, a lot of the guys that they classified as booty dogs, the guys that were sexual predators within the system, they locked them behind doors. That act, and along with them hiring female officers into the general population of the unit, because from the time 90, when I first came to prison, to around about, I say 96, they didn't have female officers in the general population. So this what happened to curb the homosexual or the rape thing within the prison. When the females started working inside of the institutions, guys didn't want to be perceived as homosexuals. Right. So, you know what I'm saying, that curbed some of the homosexual behaviors because the officers, you know, the females was looking onto this here. So that's where the dime came in. The voyeurism, the jacking off on the females. You know what I'm saying? Because that was just another deviation of sexual deviance. You see what I'm saying? So it was like you trading one for the other. Okay, guys stopped raping guys, but they started acting out in sexual deviant behaviors toward the females, looking at them, jacking off and things of that nature there. But this is what we have to always put into context, that the administration co-signed this. And I'm gonna tell you how they co-signed it. Okay, some dudes used to take out their sexual frustration with girly magazines, Playboy, Hustler, and things of that nature there. That wasn't good enough for the administration. So they started taking all the magazines, for the dudes that didn't participate in homosexual activity and things of that nature there, they started taking the magazines out of the prison. So the thing is this here, and we just being real. You know what I'm saying? We all grown, you know, and we all human. If you don't exercise your sexual frustrations in one way, they're gonna come out in another way. You know, that's point blank. If a man, you know what I'm saying, don't relieve itself, you go to sleep, your body gonna relieve itself.
You have a wet dream. Wet dream.
You see what I'm saying?
Be 100 shit at your neck.
A lot of times, and this is what people in society gotta understand also, a lot of times that when you're in an abnormal environment and you don't put a mechanism in place, you know what I'm saying, to fulfill your human nature. You know, Sigmund Freud said you had the id, you have the ego, and you have the superego. The id is the part of yourself that deals with your drives, your sexual drives, your drive to food, water, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature there. Your ego is that part of yourself, you know, just to deal with, you know, just everyday things, but your superego is that part that criticize you. You know what I'm saying? So when you have desires that need to be fulfilled, and you know what I'm saying, they're not naturally fulfilled, that id is gonna look for a way to, you know what I'm saying, fulfill that. But check this here out. And I don't mean to be preachy, but I think, you know what I'm saying, we need to explore this here further, you know what I'm saying, in a general conversation. What happens is this here, when you in an environment where your needs are not being fulfilled and you start doing bullshit ass things, then that superego gonna persecute you. It's gonna like, man, you on some bullshit.
Give me an example.
You see what I'm saying?
Give me an example, like.
Okay, just being real. Okay, what you say you experienced. The guy that you walking down the hall with the female, she wasn't appealing. But the thing is, she was a female. You see what I'm saying? Dudes jacking off on her. Do you not believe that them dudes in their head didn't know they conscious mind telling them, man, you on some bullshit. You on some bullshit. That's some weak shit you doing. You see what I'm saying? So how do he feel about himself? You see what I'm saying? A lot of times, and check this out, a lot of times when you get indoctrinated into doing some shit that's against, look, I heard the statement one time, it says this here, that we kill ourselves 1,000 times a day. And when dude told me that, an old convict told me that, he said, NAZEEM, man, look, we kill ourselves 1,000 times a day. It took me about 3 years to understand what he was saying until I just put it all together. All the little small bullshit that we do. You see what I'm saying? And then try to justify what we do. We killing ourselves. We killing that God nature within ourselves. Now check this here out. And I'm gonna pass the mic after this here. You said I raised you in prison. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is this here, we raised each other. A lot of times, man, the shit that we used to see in prison going on, you know who stopped that shit, man? All the rapes and all the predatory behavior on each other, we stopped it. Because, you know, when I came to prison, I was 17 years old. I had to endure this shit to the point where, you know what I'm saying, when a dude looked at me wrong, man, I'ma stab him, I'ma bust him up, you know what I'm saying, I'ma do all this here. But then, you know what I got to, I got my weight up to the point where people like this here, man, don't fuck with dude crazy, man. So when you came to prison, it was like this here. Nah. Right. He don't go. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know why he don't go? Not per se you don't go, but if you fall in the barracks with me, dudes know that type of behavior is not going on in this barracks. It wasn't the police, it wasn't the administration, it was us. And see, that's what people in society need to understand, that we are the saviors of each other, man. You know, it's a lot of stories that we can tell, but I like to tell the stories of this here, how the police doing the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? That's who really doing the bullshit down in them institutions, the fucking police. Look what we got going on now, man. We're in the midst of a fucking epidemic, man. Dudes dying in prison, man. But you know what? They ain't getting brothers the proper treatment that they need, man.
Hey, one day I was chilling, I was on the phone, and I was at work before I had shoulder surgery, and I was sitting on the phone with my brother, and I was laid back talking to him. He said, man, I'm gonna call you back when I come back from chow. So he like, cause there ain't too many dudes that got money on their phones. He said, so when I come back, I'm gonna get the phone. I'm gonna see what the officer give me the phone so I can call you back. So I was sitting there. So he came back. I said, man, you already ate chow that fast? He like, yeah, they ain't feeding. I said, what y'all eat? He said, man, we ate peanut butter and cake. I said, was jelly with it? He was like, yeah, we had peanut butter, jelly, and cake. I said, that's it? He like, yeah. I'm like, dang. Hey, boy, one thing I can say about the time when I was there, 7 days a week, twice a day, we ate beans. You ate beans for lunch and dinner, whether it's mixed beans, white beans, or brown beans. But for you to go to eat dinner, and it was peanut butter and jelly and a piece of cake, I said, no fruit, no beans? Oh, boy, you knew that, man. I rose, cause I was laid back talking to him, and that made me raise up like, dang. And people out here oblivious to what's really going on in there, where if you ain't sending your people, come put money in their commissary, and I know people get tired of person there asking, but they ain't just send it. You know what I'm saying? Cause them man, boy, the game didn't change, boy, especially with the epidemic, man. I'm talking about, man, boy, with the commissary and things like that, boy, they need their love and support. Man, the game,
I don't know
something
what
else.
I would have did without mine, man. Mine helped me down, man.
Yeah.
For real, for 22 years, man. I'm talking about didn't miss a beat, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's probably what helped me hold on to a little bit of my sanity, man. You know what I'm saying? Because here it is, I'm going to prison, man, 18 years old. I thought I wasn't gonna never get out, man. Them folks told me I had 90 years, man. 90. I told the judge, I'm gonna be an old man when I get out. He said, I know, son. You know what I'm saying? For real. And then when I left Little Tucker, because I had got too old to be there, and they sent me to Commons. But I'm still used to this little boy shit. I wasn't ready for no motherfucking Commons. These motherfuckers was killing at Commons. Motherfuckers was actually dying at Commons. You know what I'm saying? The first night I was there, look, the first day I came to Commons, the rack they put me on, a motherfucker had just got killed the night before on that rack. A white boy named Lulu had cut a motherfucker throat in they motherfucking sleep, man. They put me on the rack, still had blood on it, bro. Police come in, do the count time. When they say count time, shit, the police come in count, it's 2 men in the bed fucking. They just count them in the bed fucking. They in the bed fucking, they just 1, 2, and keep on going. Serious business, bro. That's why when he say the administration played a part in this shit, they did. They didn't give a fuck about that. They ain't give a fuck about that.
Right, this crazy, bro. They crazy, but see,
Yeah.
they crazy, but see, like I don't know. See, in my time when I was there, I went down 2006. I think. It just like Big Bro said, the times they changed. I guess you know what I'm saying. Like I didn't experience. I experienced it, you know, the masturbation part, but like I don't know, like the being raped and shit like that. Like you know what I'm saying, like.
And that's a good
It was
thing.
more, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good thing that you didn't have to experience that, brother, and see that shit.
Yeah.
But
Because
you
But I
really,
know back then, I
Yeah.
know back then when y'all was doing time, there was hit like shit like that was going on. It was heavy.
I done seen motherfuckers get killed, bro. I done seen motherfuckers hang themselves.
Oh, yeah, I saw a dude hang himself on the Tuesday, finna go home the Thursday. Because they were driving and talking about they gonna rape him. But you like, damn, they can't even get to you. Man.
I just seen you get stabbed.
But even what you saying,
like-
what you didn't see, what that part of that you didn't see, that's what tripped me out when the guys came to the junk, the game had changed so much in the junk, you got dudes, oh, I ain't going, play it all the tough stuff. You ain't gotta be tough no more.
Yeah, you like,
Them days over with
yeah,
because
right.
the harder part of prison is being taken away from your family, being compared to death. Everything taken away from you all at once. But the worst thing about it is you left with your memories. All, you know what I'm saying, everything, don't argue with a dude in prison. Man, that was 1992 when we did that. No, that boy, cause one thing about it, all your memories stop, but they so vivid. So if a dude tell his story, man, that's what it is, man. You know, you arguing with your mama, I ain't do this, that didn't happen. Yes, it did. A dude in prison, I ain't forgetting, but you got dudes go to the pen, oh, I ain't going, hold up. That's when I speak up, hey, bro, just say this here or think like this. Certain people ain't gonna be put in certain situations. But I done seen stuff in there. I don't care how big you is, how tough you is, boy. Yeah, I done seen some niggas go. I done so certain niggas ain't gonna be in certain situations. But yeah, fix that up, player, cause I done seen two with his arm, two with his arm, two with his leg, two with his leg. What you gonna do? You think you strong, but you got 8 strongers. Hey, shit. I used to always say, I just thank God.
I ain't gonna never say what the individual won't do, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say, well, I ain't gonna be raped, I ain't gonna be this, but I know one thing about it, you ain't gonna live to tell the next story, you know what I'm saying? But don't never say what to do, because I done seen some dudes, man, get choked smooth out.
And what you gonna do
wake
when you
up
sleep?
with you know,
What
with
you
the
gonna
blood
do when
draw.
you sleep? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, it ain't good to say back then what you wasn't gonna do. What ain't gonna happen to me. Negro, you got to go to sleep. This is why I told Negroes didn't sleep. Negroes slept with their boots on. When I got the tug, I was like, why is these Negroes sleeping with their boots on?
Suited and booted.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, bro, Kirk, this is what dudes, you know, that we should be trying to impart to the youth out here today. See, this ain't no fucking scared straight program, as far as, you know what I'm saying, because it's like this here, and I tell dudes like this here all the time, the youth like this here all the time, man. It ain't a question is, you ain't gonna make it or you'll make it and all that shit out. The question is this here. This is the bigger question. You don't have to live like that. You know, if you ain't never been to prison, you don't gotta go, man. Because you know what I'm saying? Who am I to tell a youngster that, man, you wouldn't survive prison? I can't say that. But you don't have to go through that shit. That's the bigger message is you don't have to go through it. This shit don't give you no badge of honor because you done been to the penitentiary and all that
but
shit.
The shit that we talking about now proves that it don't give you a badge of honor. See, this is the shit that they don't hear about. Negroes going down there getting raped. They don't hear about that. They hear the glory shit. You know, they think it's cool to go down and say, I done been down, I done did my time, and I done did this. But you don't hear about how many nice Negroes you done cried, and how many nice Negroes you was waiting for mail call. Ain't no mail came through.
Visitation.
Waiting on some commissary, wasn't none coming. You understand what I'm saying? So the glory days is Negroes go to the institution, they don't tell actual facts about how it really was when they got out. So it's a glory thing. You know, it's a badge of honor to go because you don't have to understand the suffering, the consequences about being confined to this institution for all this time.
And then this is something I like to share, man, because this is some personal shit. But you know what I'm saying? It's worth saying, I believe. When I went to prison, I was 17 years old. I did 28 years in prison. I've been out for 2 years. I didn't accomplish more in 2 years in my life. In just 2 years, I didn't accomplish more than I have accomplished my whole life. As far as, you know what I'm saying, from when I was born till I was 17 and went to prison, to the 28 years I did in prison, you combine both of them together, in 2 years now, I didn't accomplish more. But it wasn't, I haven't accomplished that through being in the streets, through doing stupid shit. I accomplished it by working and grinding. You see what I'm saying? The right way. See, that's what we need to get to them. Yeah. See, if you want to be successful, you got to grind hard. But you got to grind hard the right way.
You know what Alvin was saying the other day? He said Negro was talking about getting it out the mud. He said, Kirk, hey.
No, I don't want to get that.
He said, they ain't getting it out the mud, Kirk.
Yeah.
He said, they cheating. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get it out the mud, you get it the right way. You know, but if you talking about, you know what I'm saying, because getting out the mud, it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, go to the bottom and then come all the way up.
Yeah.
So a lot of Negroes ain't getting out the mud. A lot of Negroes cheating to get what they gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You grinding.
Yeah.
You getting yours out the mud. And when you get it out the mud, you clean it up.
Yeah.
But a lot of dudes out here, a lot of people, they get out, and we get out, you know what I'm saying, and we say we're getting it out the mud, or even inside the institution. You know, a lot of dudes, you know, they become snitches. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they cutthroat. It just get grimy to the point to where you lose a lot of your morals and your values when you go down because everybody. Brother, I became one of the most selfish individuals that I knew, but didn't understand it until I got out. Because it's survival mode.
It's survival mode. It has to be about you.
Yeah, but the thing is you want being serious on the strength of, man, this just the type of person I am. You know what I'm saying? It puts you in their predicament. Like, man, shit, like, I mean, it just puts you in their predicament. Yeah. One, it's a dog-eat-dog world in the penitentiary. Yeah. It's just point blank period, man. Listen, if you don't find no type of genuine love within somebody, man, I'm just being straight up. It's a dog-eat-dog world, man.
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
This brother spoke on something that was, I'm talking about true facts. Like, if you don't have nobody that love you out there, nobody that show you any type of support, anything, hey, you left on your own to survive.
That's right.
It might be nice that you might not have, you might miss that child call and not have a soup in your box. Yeah. You done burnt every bridge in the barracks. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas, I'm just being straight up.
It ain't even about burning bridges. People might not even just mess with you.
Niggas ain't fucking with you. Your child might be fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas ain't fucking with you, bro. Like,
your child.
And I'm just being straight up. And you can be starving, stomach touching your back. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, damn, what you left to do? Steal? You know what I'm saying? You left to wait till somebody sleep, steal out their box, wait till somebody go to town. This situation that you be put in now. Yeah. Somebody seen you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now you finna get your ass kicked, or you know what I'm saying? It's just situation. It's survival, man. It's fucked up. Yeah. Like it's fucked up. Then, like bro said, it can mess you up mentally. Like that ain't just in the army. You know, them ain't the only people that go through. You know, what is PTSD or PTSD or spirit. But you know, that right now. Hey, man, being in prison can affect you. Like,
and what's
it affect you. It's gonna affect you.
Period.
Like,
and just like I heard,
like
you know, your family, baby, I did the time. You know, y'all don't know me no more. You know, and it's cool because you try to savage the images and thoughts and visions. I mean, you know, everything you had with your family coming up. But don't nobody understand you but the people that's really next to you, like us. That's right. Cause when we sit out here, like for instance, I can have a show, get ready to perform or stuff planned for this weekend, all that. People ask me, are you excited? Are you excited? I don't show no excitement, period, until it's actually happening. Because you do so much time, you on the phone with a person tonight. Man, I'm coming to see you early in the morning, man. I'm coming to see you tomorrow, man. Get ready, man. So, man, you done took your clothes off and under your mat. You done put on your press whites. You done put on your cologne that you done saved for visitation. You probably done rolled a magazine against your arm. Ain't somebody coming to Barry Johnson, Marshall, Cleveland. You stay to call other people. Dang, when they gonna call me? Dang, my people promised me they coming. Then, man, they come. Maybe you envision a long line. Your name never got called, so you took your clothes off and put them on for nothing. Now you take them off, fold them back up, put them under your mat. Then you on the phone with somebody. Dang, I'm gonna put that money. As soon as we get off the phone, I'm putting that money on your phone, on your books. I'm putting that money on. And you fill out your commissary list. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you finna make you a spread, finna eat you some nachos. You finna make some nachos, whatever, and You fill out this thing, you stand in a long line talking to him, yo man, you're chilling, man, you know. You making up the line, give him your ID. Yo man, hey man, your money done come. I mean, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. You in it. What? I ain't got no money. Can you check it again? You embarrassed? Then you gotta walk down the long hallway again with the empty bag. You done cuff your bag in your pocket. Hey.
You trying to hurry up and go to the bag with your bag like you left something. But really you ain't got no money on your book.
Hey, you would hide the bag so nobody won't think you can't recover to it. I'm just coming from this way, but that's crazy. So you've been sold them dreams for so many years that it don't even get to you no more because if you send it to me, cool if I get it. But if you don't, forget it. It ain't getting to me. So we come on with the same mentality where you can't hurt me. It's a coping mechanism. It's a defense mechanism. You know what I'm saying? You not, man, and forgive me because, we take death different too in there. You know what I'm saying? I went to a funeral. I went to 2 funerals while I was locked up. I was just happy to get away from prison. I caught myself apologizing to my mama now. When I went to my grandma's funeral, I'm hugging them. Sorry about y'all loss. Sorry about y'all loss. My little brother said, nigga, it's your loss too. That was your grandma too. But instantly I was like, cause I'm like, dang, you right. But instantly I thought about, it's their mama though. It's their mama, so it's more they lost. But prison, you don't see death the way people out here. Like people tell me, my grandma died, my dad and my auntie died. I shy away from you because the stuff I can tell you, you ain't ready to hear that. That's part of life. Right. That's part of life. They was dying from the moment they were born.
I was talking to someone the other day about, recidivism. Yeah. As far as, what I'm saying, how people age out of crime. Like I feel like by you that did 10 or better, that someone who has never been to prison is more likely to go to prison than you are. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, by me having done 28 years, you know what I'm saying? I feel like my likelihood of is going back to prison is very small compared to someone who just did a year and got out. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like guys who have did an extended period of time value their freedom more. You know what I'm saying, and life, you know what I'm saying, and when a dude do get out, you know what I'm saying, they want to live a more fuller life, and they understand the concept that, freedom ain't free. It's a lot of responsibility that goes along with you obtaining and holding on to your freedom. Right. So, I think guys who have been incarcerated for a long period of time has a very different view of life, just from the things that people who have never been incarcerated take for granted, we don't. They're just like walking outside and walking down the street at nighttime and to be able to look up at the skies at the stars. You know what I'm saying? To be able to look at a full moon is totally different because, as you know, as well as I know, when you're incarcerated, you might not look at a night sky for 10 years straight.
Yep, you ain't seeing no stars,
no stars, no night skies.
It's certain units you ain't gonna see a squirrel.
So you know what I'm saying? That put a different dynamic, you know what I'm saying, to the appreciation of your freedom. And it's a lot of the little small things that people who never have been incarcerated take for granted. They're just like a lot of the things that we have to get re-socialized to when we get out, as far as, using microwaves, going to the bank, making deposits, pumping gas.
I still go to the stores and give them my ID. My debit card and stuff. Yeah. When it's time to pay for stuff, they be like, put it right there. I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I
stepped in the shower with my shower shoes.
Even using the bathroom, man. I ain't got used to the automatic bath. Machine flush for you. I'm still doing this here because I'm used to down one, drown one.
No, when you pumping gas, and you pumping gas, and dude say, hey, you there? You look around, it's the gas pump talking to you. Like, man, what? That stuff still get me. I remember my first day out. For years, I told myself, when I get out, I'm eating dressing, I'm eating meatloaf. It's so much stuff I just wanted to eat. But the closer I get, we a Dermont. Calico Rock. I'm looking at TV and they advertising Big Mac. It was 3 different type of Big Macs. And I'm like, what? They didn't came with another Big Mac? You know, watching TV. So I was like, you know what? Just won't eat. So my mama don't come get me. I go ready to go home. They said, you want to eat something right now? McDonald's had been advertising that sweet tea. Give me some sweet tea. Gotta check out them Big Macs. I want all of them. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, as I step inside this McDonald's, I see on the screen, I'm like, you know what? You know, cause I ain't the Big Mac, I'm getting that. First thing I saw, I'm getting that. Cool. Now, we waiting in line. By the time we make it to the line and stuff, the lady like, oh, may I help you? May I help you? I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, visitation. You know, people come to see you. You really want to know how much, you want to count their coins, as they say. You want to know how much money your mama done brought today. So you know how much you can eat off of visitation. So I don't know how much I'm able to get right now at this restaurant. So she like, may I help you? I'm looking, I'm like, you know, I want somebody to tell me at least, hey, order you $20 worth or whatever. So I'm looking at my brother, he like, man, get whatever you want. I like, anything, you know what I'm saying? You know, I need to know for sure if it's a limit or not. Right. So I say, you know what, I'm happy. I said, give me. So now, I'm like, dang, am I losing my mind already? I ain't even been out that long. I'm like, what? He like, what's up, man? Tell her what you want. And she like, and it's a lot of people, it's a packed McDonald's. I'm like, dang. I'm like, I know I see some nuggets up here, but I know I saw a burger. Oh, damn, the screen changing. I ain't knowing the screen changing, but it messed me up psychologically that quick because I ain't see it when it changed. But I'm like, man, you know, but then I like, man, you know what? I saw, you know, I get ready to, you know, I saw some nuggets just then, but it changed again. I like, man, just give me some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that messed me up, period, though.
And really, bro, a lot of that from what, you know, see, I try to analyze everything and, you know, apply it to, you know what I'm saying, my accumulated information. So when I'm processing a lot of things that I'm going through as, you know, being reintroduced to society, I process a lot of it through the lens of a lot of the psychoanalyst principles and theories that I done picked up through the years. And one of them theories that I picked up was by Karl Maslow called the hierarchy of needs. And one of the things that on the bottom of those needs is our food, shelter, and our water. See, a lot of times when we was incarcerated, a lot of our cognitive abilities had been arrested. They're just like the ability to choose what you're gonna wear every day. That was taken away from us when we was incarcerated because it wasn't a choice on what we gonna wear every day. Every morning we got up, you know what we was gonna wear? Some white, you know what I'm saying, a white uniform. So you know what I'm saying, a lot of the things that we struggle with when we get back out into society be those things that was denied to us when we was incarcerated. So you know, the simple ability, you know what I'm saying, to make the decision of what I want to eat today, you know what I'm saying, or choose from a restaurant today. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it'd be so many choices that process be hard because that's one of the facilities we had been neglecting through the years. So, you know, it's fucked up, you know what I'm saying, but the administrations know, you know what I'm saying, the psychological traumas that they really are putting on us even when we don't know it. You know what I'm saying? They're just like a lot of people who are in prison have a problem with having long-term vision as far as, you know what I'm saying, well, what I'm gonna do when I get out. Because they done stacked the deck against a motherfucker so much that the only thing a dude can think about is, you know what I'm saying, how in the fuck I'm gonna get out of prison? You know what I'm saying? For 26 years, that's all I thought about. Man, how I'm gonna get out from up under this life without sentence? So I didn't have room in my thought process for what I'm gonna be doing 10 or 15 years from now, because all my hopes and dreams was to get free. I didn't have hopes and dreams of, you know what I'm saying, becoming successful, owning a business and things of that nature there. That's the type of shit a motherfucker going through when they in prison, man.
Then once you get ready to go home,
they don't talk about.
Then they said it deny you, and that kill you something else. Cause my first time going up for parole, you know, I'm just knowing that, you know, y'all gave me this time. Y'all gave me, hey, it's the time I go up for clemency. They denied me for being a gang member. I said, what? I said, check it out. When we first come down, y'all tell us to be honest about our affiliations. Bam, I said, bam, I'm a vice lord. So y'all try to keep us with our own peers so you can keep the violence down in prison, things like that. And that ain't occurring. But anyway, because prison got a violent undercurrent and violent overcurrent. And just like you said, it's us. Because you got so many different personalities, but we don't clash, we learn to mesh. But here it is, I come down, I tell you I'm a vice lord. 18 years old, 138 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So I go down. Here it is, years later. I tell you, know what I'm saying, I filed for clemency. Y'all deny me, tell me I'm a gang member. Gang member? I said, hold up. Y'all asked us for our honesty at the beginning, but we held accountable due to our honesty at the end. I told them just like this. I came down at 18 years old. I didn't get affiliated at 18. I got affiliated 13, 14 years old. I was a baby, man, wasn't even fully developed. I didn't get affiliated when I was grown. I said only white people come down here and get affiliated when they grown. Because if a black person go down and get affiliated in prison, he'll bust or he'll mark. You know, you ain't even real. You ain't even real. Only white people go, like I straight up told him, I said only white people, not being racist or nothing, only white people get affiliated when they go down. Skinhead, Aryan, and the war and all that stuff there. I like, man, come on, y'all holding me accountable by being affiliated like I just got affiliated? Come on, way past that. Then you go for parole, they steady denying you. I'm talking about they denying you. See, it's simply because the bed space, you getting paid for each individual bed. So you already got me. So it's either to deny me for anything. Like my mama used to call me, oh, you a little face. Oh, baby, you finna come home. My mama on a 70%. End up doing 80%. But I'm on a 70%. Not saying God ain't got the power to do this and do that, but he's just not doing it like he was in the Old Testament. These people have sold their soul for $85,000 a year. They denying him, doing it, and they messing us up psychologically. When I get that first 2 year denial, after doing the time I did, my man was on freedom. I did all the time, man, on freedom. Then you go up the first time, you get a 2 year denial. What? Now I got to do a whole nother sentence? And they steady kept giving me 2 year denial. And then some died in me the first one. I still don't know what it was then. I mean, what died? I still don't know that.
That's that feeling of hope that you get, man. Like when I went up for my first time, man, the man sitting there, man, talk so good, all this. I had been in all these old programs and all this old kind of stuff, trying to show rehabilitation and what they really trying to put in your SATP and all this old kind of stuff. The man that talk good to my mama, my family and everything, man. Man, when I got that result back and it said, denied, man. I mean, it just lost that sense of hope that you have.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm finna get out, finna go home. Man, it just took all that away. Then I went back up the next year, another year denial. I'm like, what? And I'm class 1. I ain't doing nothing. I'm doing everything y'all want me to do now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no disciplinary, I ain't had no type of infractions in over 12 years.
Try to do good. Then it just make me say,
you know what I'm saying? And y'all still give me denials.
I mean, when they gave
Yeah,
me
that
yours,
shit takes something out of me,
we went up together. They didn't let me go, but gave him a denial. So that shit, cause we, man, that's my guy. I'm talking about unit to unit. We putting it down, sports and everything.
I'll never forget this, man. My grandmama, came them down there. I ain't seen my grandmama the whole 10 years. My grandmama told me this when I was 16 before I left. She said, son, if you ever go to prison, I'll never come to see you. And at that time, I was like, I'm thinking like, man, it's messed up, you know what I'm saying? But in my time, I'm not realizing I'm really throwing rocks at the penitentiary. What my uncle used to always tell me, because he did 7 years in prison and came home. So I used to listen to his stories and listen to the things that he did in prison and how I get excited, you know what I'm saying, for some reason. But I'm just being honest, like I get excited, like, damn. You know what I'm saying, man? And I caught myself one time talking to him, and I told myself, I'm like, damn, man, when I get there, I'm going to do this. Or when I get there, shit, I ain't going like that. I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying? But whole time, I'm
throwing rocks
at the penitentiary, man. And my grandmama told me, she said, son, if you ever go to the penitentiary, I'll never come see you. Nah, it's tough love, like, for real. Like, she was already, we was already unfortunately, we didn't have, you know what I'm saying? So, they kind of hurt me, you know what I'm saying? But she was mean.
But you know what? Your grandmother was a strong woman, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, you know, like the parable going to, I don't know if this parable in the Bible, but they're attributed to the Bible, but I ain't gonna quote, I'm just gonna say the parable. It says, spare the rod, spoil a child. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you know, a lot of our youth end up in prison because the rod was spared. You see what I'm saying? So it takes, I'm talking about, man, it takes a hell of a amount of strength for your parent to say this here. Look, your ass go down to that prison, I'm not coming to see you, and stand on it.
Hey, do y'all ever catch yourself out here like this where psychologically you make things out here a prison? When I say that, I'm saying like, think about it, it's daylight saving time right now, so it's gonna get dark early. I'm in the house. You know how in prison, after 4:30, you know what I'm saying, and when the sun go down, only thing really jumped at night is probably church call or maybe GM call. But other than that, prison is, you know, it's mellowed out, it's shut down. It's so even out here, you know, you got people, let's go to eat, let's go do this, let's go do that. Boy, you gotta take initiative for me, but other than that, at daytime, I mean, it can still be early, it be 6 o'clock dark outside. I'm sitting on the couch, you know what I'm saying? Cause, you know what I'm saying, it's just crazy I done turned things into a prison out here. And I ain't broke out of there yet.
But I ain't gonna lie, prison kind of helped me too. You know what I'm saying? Prison taught me you got surround myself with brothers like NAZEEM and brothers like you know what I'm saying? Like
You argue, you ain't around.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it helped me too. Like, I waking up early, going to work, going to whole squad, and you know what I'm saying? Like, just certain situations.
You still get up early?
Yeah.
I don't care what time I go to sleep.
Like, you know, just certain situations did help me out. It was beneficial for me. I utilized my time constructively. And, you know, you had brother, like I said, brother NAZEEM that didn't play that. Like, you know, it's certain stuff that, you know, he done been through the foolishness and, you know, back in the gap, you know, the banging and, you know, all that. They done been through all that. You know, like you said, they done experienced all that. So you had brothers like me that come through, you know, and I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the banging and the fighting and the proving myself and what's up, like, you know what I'm saying? And I was just blessed and fortunate enough to, like I said, to have brothers like NAZEEM that seen something, and, you know what I'm saying, and was willing to put his arms around me and teach me the discipline or teach me, you know, a certain way. That's why I say this brother helped raise me.
Well, see, I want to share this here with you though, bro, because it's important that we understand this here. The attributes that you picked up, prison didn't give you that. Your maturity gave you that. See, a lot of the things that we did when we was little boys, that was just us being immature. But as we imaginated into manhood, we lost a lot of that maturity. It didn't have nothing to do with prison. It just had something to do with you being mature. You see what I'm saying? They're just like, to get up and go to work now, to not, you know what I'm saying, use a lot of profanity, to not, you know what I'm saying, sag, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of more of the little boyish things that we did when we was little boys. You see what I'm saying? We just simply grew out of that. In prison didn't do that. See, prison is an environment, in my opinion, that has no intrinsic value. All the things that I accomplished, you know what I'm saying, since I've been out, I didn't accomplish them because I went to prison. I accomplished them because I matured while I was in prison.
Right. And why I say one
See
of
what I'm
the
saying? There's a big difference.
I said prison is a place of rehabilitation, but it's not gonna rehabilitate you because prison don't change. It's up to you to change because prison gonna stay the same. But what y'all think about love in prison versus love out here? Not just even amongst others, even like how you meet a guard or even when you meet a childhood crush, somebody you writing people, a female coming to visit and all that, and your love is so genuine. They come home, they comparing you to, you know, love that they never felt or love they once prayed for and things like that. You know, I think that, you know, I think a large mass of prisoners that have done time, if, you know what I'm saying, whether you believe in heaven or hell or not, and Christ come back and, you know, a lot of people in prison going to heaven because the longer you locked up, you become more cognizant, remorseful, sorrowful, and you tap into this love and you yearn to love. So you hear people, don't listen to nobody in prison. They just manipulative. No, they not manipulative. It's just a great need of wants in there. They need soap. They need, major stuff to survive in there, and they ain't got no job. They need your stuff out here. But once a person in there really love you because you locked up so long reading all these books, watching all these movies, and you craving, you yearning for this love, to just give it, to just give it. And if you find somebody that with the reciprocity to reciprocate that too, you on track. But, like even what I went through with my child mother when I got out, after a while, and I thank her because even putting up with me, not saying I wasn't detrimental to nothing she had going, but she used to tell me a lot that I'm not the same that I was in her. Cause I'm not in there no more. I'm not the same person I was in there. Your mentality changed from the moment they told me I made parole. Prison mentality died. Not saying that the love I used to tell her all it wasn't real, but now after 18 years of conquering that, cause I conquered prison. Not just being a survivor, I conquered that. I knew the ins and outs. But now I'm out here and gotta conquer this all over again. Not just, not stepping on toes out here, but even just technology and stuff. And, she was there to guide me, school me and things like that. But I'm not saying I was stagnant, but, it just, I still don't know why I went wrong even with that, because I know, it's just the psychological part of turning things to prisons out here. But what y'all think about the love and things like that?
Well, as you know, I had a little female coming down there, seeing Felicia. Everybody knows about that. I was even engaged. And I'm gonna say it like this, man, cause this is real stuff, man. You give out love because that's what you want. You see what I'm saying? That's why all what you desiring why you locked up, because you feel like all your homies done left you, you know what I'm saying, as far as they don't want to fuck with you no more. But damn, they gone on with their life. You know what I'm saying? We locked up, they gone on with their life. So here it is, female coming to your life, you know what I'm saying? Y'all writing back and forth and back and forth, back and forth. It's possible to get a true feeling and true love and true relationship through letters like that. Okay, bam, then here come the visitations. Here come all of this old kind of stuff. Here comes she caring about you. She's sending you money. So what you receiving from her, you receiving that, you saying that's love. So you gonna give it back out, man. But at the same time, you growing. You know what I'm saying? You done set up in prison. You don't have remorse, but whatever you done did.
Yeah.
You feel whatever you did, you know your wrongs, you know your rights. Damn, I ain't have to do it. I was fucked up. I fucked that up. I did that. You know what I'm saying? You remorseful. You know what I'm saying? So the change is already coming. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people might say, oh, that's just using a female, da-da-da-da-da. That's not using them. You know what I'm saying? That is not using them, because what you tell them is true.
Yeah,
These are true feelings that you feeling for them at that time. You know what I'm saying? But, hey,
But
life ain't always, just because you love somebody doesn't mean you're supposed to be together.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's just she probably came to your life for a reason.
Oh yeah, a purpose. You know what I'm saying? And fulfill that purpose.
Everybody got a season.
I was in a predicament. I'm gonna say I don't know. I was in a predicament. All my love came from my grandma, and my family. So you know what I'm saying. I'm just being straight up. But like I say that to say this. So when I was incarcerated and the letters did start flowing from
tears,
females or whatever it was, whatever they were saying in them letters, I was going for. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what do you keep saying, bro?
Tears.
Well, I mean, but
it's like whatever was in the letters I was going for. It's like, so it's. I'm gonna say this is where the love came in, man. So I mean.
But what was you feeling toward them when you was writing them back? You know what I'm saying?
Whatever my feeling was at the time, you gotta think about it. I'm just being straight
up. But was
it
real though?
Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna be straight up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever my feelings is at the time, I'm just being straight, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I was being straight up.
What you think, bro?
Well, it's really, it's complicated, but it ain't complicated. I'm gonna say it like this here because I met my wife in prison, and we've been married for 4 years now, and I'm gonna just tell this story because I want the sisters out there who is viewing this here, these chronicles, to know that, you know what I'm saying, there's some dudes in prison that is in for the long haul. And I'm gonna tell you how I met my wife. My wife was working in the prison. We met, and we worked together. We entertained each other, but we never did, you know what I'm saying, entertain each other in a physical form. But you know what I'm saying, after I got transferred, she quit, you know what I'm saying, she started writing me, and then, you know what I'm saying, we got involved. Now at the time, I had a life without sentence, and there was no out for me to get out of prison. So a lot of guys, you know what I'm saying, kind of game women to get their attention when they have those type of sentences. But I kind of asked myself, you know what I'm saying, what am I looking to accomplish with this woman? And then once I answered that question, you know, I allowed myself to be honest with her because I felt like if I'm gonna build anything with her, you know what I'm saying, then she need to know the truth about what I got going on. So I told her I had a life without sentence, you know what I'm saying? And I also told her because a lot of dudes in prison pray to have a woman in their life. So at the time I was praying to have a woman in my life, and I told her, you know what I'm saying, the amount of time that I had and that I don't see no way I'm gonna get out of prison. So she told me that God, you know what I'm saying, gonna deal with that there. She put the big guy in the picture. She said, God gonna deal with that. So after a couple of months of us entertaining each other through paper, she started coming to see me. So after we got to talking, you know what I'm saying, she told me, you know what I'm saying, that she in for the long haul, and God told her that I'm coming home. So at the time, like I say, I had a life without sentence, and they said I'm gonna die in prison. So I tell this story because when we talk about love isn't just a word, it's a commitment followed by action. And we choose to love people, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we misunderstand, you know, our lustful desires, you know, the dick pussy collision as love. You know what I'm saying, the physical thing, but that can never be classified as love. What made me love my wife the way that she loves me is when she committed herself to not only the ideal of me, but who I was as an individual. So when I got out, you know what I'm saying, I had a wife to come home to. And since I've been out, you know what I'm saying, our relationship is just as strong as it was when I was incarcerated. So a lot of times, you know, women and guys say, you know, that people using people and all that there. Well, I say this here, that in any given relationship, there's gonna be a giver and there's gonna be a receiver. You know what I'm saying? Now, how the dynamics of that relationship is working all depends on the two people involved. They had the most intimate details of their relationship. Others may look on to it and say, well, he using you or she using you and things of that nature there, but that shit don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was in the penitentiary with a life without sentence, everybody said I was using my wife. That nigga ain't gonna never get out. He just using you, girl, to put money on your books and all that there. But you know what? She didn't want to hear that there because she understood the love that I had for her because we understood the dynamics of our relationship. So now people may look on today and say this here, man, she just using you. Because you know what I done did since I done been out? I done bought her a house. I done bought her a car. You know what I'm saying? Our living conditions then upgraded. That's because, you know what I'm saying, the love that I have for my wife, I'm gonna put her on that pedestal as a queen. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't just because I was in a condition of confinement that I loved her. and she was able to suffice my needs at the time that I was in prison, I loved her because she believed in the person I was as an individual. So you know what I'm saying? When we talk about love in prison, it goes very deep.
Very.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause
some get it and some don't. You know what I'm saying?
I just use the analogy here, you know, prison versus, you know, being out here. You know, you gave me a glimpse of heaven while I was in hell.
Exactly.
Period, you know what I'm
So,
saying?
and then I'm just like this, and I'm just being real with you. This honest God, uncut truth. If a woman come into your life while your ass is bumping the ground, you're at the lowest part of your life, and you get out and mistreat that woman and don't give her the benefit of the doubt of connecting with her as an individual like you connected with her when you was incarcerated, you a low down ass dude, man. You a piece of shit.
Y'all mark them words. Y'all remember
I'm
them
just
words
being
here.
real.
Y'all remember them
You
words.
a real piece of
But
shit, man.
this finna
I'm gonna have
conclude.
to go, man.
Y'all, we off there.
Yeah.
This finna conclude the first segment of Prison Chronicles. Stay tuned and appreciate your love. And if you want to be on the show, contact me at 501-551-8489. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, on everything. You know, Cookbook Publications. Next thing, jump.